Great.
All right, fire.
Coach, a pretty solid scrimmage for both sides of the ball. Your initial thoughts on the team's performance?
It was good. You know, we had good work. It was a great opportunity for our guys to get out here in front of a few people and play. Again, I think we have a really young football team. It's the number 7 seniors. I think that's what it is, and so the more our guys get to play at live college speed, the better we're going to be. You always push against the health of your team with that, so it was good to get another 80 plays or whatever it was, would be my guess, in without anything major going down injury-wise. And the other thing I thought was good was our veteran players kind of took charge this morning and threw it and kind of led the way, which was it's a good sign.
When you guys mix and match as much as you guys did today, how do you evaluate that when you're looking back on the film? When sometimes you do have first team offensive players going against backup defensive guys and etc.
Yeah, again, they just need. It doesn't matter who you're playing against or with. Frankly, it's more about just going out and playing. And live college football reps are hard to come by, and so every one of them is valuable. So none of that I don't think that has too much impact.
With Jesse getting the number 37 today, will you have you had a conversation with him just about kind of what that is like, or is that kind of, hey, you're the player, you do your deal, and you kind of own that thing the way you want to?
Well, we've got time to talk about all those things, but Jesse's been in this program a long time, and you know that the number 37 is a big deal in this program, and it's an honor to have it, and Jesse's well aware of that. And with that on, he's excited about it. He's pretty emotional about it, actually, and you know, there's some responsibility and expectation that goes along with that, and I think he's ready for that.
How big is it for the confidence of the team and just getting ready for the season? That wasn't filmed today, but get all these fans out here.
Yeah,
It's great weather.
The weather's the best part. I mean, we haven't seen the sun for a practice, I think, more than a couple minutes all spring. So it was a great day. I think people seem to enjoy it, and you know, it was good work for us. I hope the people that were here enjoyed it, because we did. We enjoyed having it.
Last scrimmage, you had a lot of tipped passes, but never really picked it off. Had a couple interceptions today. How big are those turnovers for that defensive unit?
Well, it's a relevant thing for both sides of the ball in terms of winning or losing. So the offense needs to take care of it, and the defense needs to come up with it once in a while to help the cause. And we're improving in that area in terms of protecting it on offense, and defensively we've got to continue to get them, and that's a good sign, obviously.
Bobby, are you happy with the way these guys have responded to your coaching?
Hi, Bill, by the way, I didn't even see this. I'm looking at you. I'm making sure I look good on TV. So.
Yeah, you do.
It's checked. Anyway, sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah, that's right. Do you like the way they've responded to your coaching so far?
I do. In fact, it's a great question, and one I'm excited to answer, because I really like our team. The buy-in and the investment's been total and complete. We've had zero resistance from any of them. They've done everything we asked them to do. I think they trust us as a coaching staff for our know-how, and they want to win. And they want to win a championship, and they've been real receptive to anything we've requested or required of them. And you know, I think that points to good things, and it shows a lot of character in the locker room. And you know, we've got a little way to go. We've got some liabilities. I don't think I think we're a couple years away from being a complete football team like we maybe had here in the past, but we'll have a good football team because they're competitive, they're tough, and they want to work at it.
Yeah, no matter who's the coach, you got to have the Clydesdales and Greyhounds and stuff like that. Do you like what you have to work with?
I do. I mean, again, to me, it goes back to the character and the want to give effort and invest. It's the place you have to start. You can have extremely talented guys that don't have those, and you'll never have a good team. So, in terms of building a football team, these guys have done a nice job the first 4 months or whatever, 2.5, I guess, since they were back in January, and you know, we're making progress.
When it comes to the implementation of the culture that you want to have here, and it's somewhat related to what you've been talking about, but how much of that have you gotten done in the spring, and did you accomplish what you wanted to in that way over the course of these last couple of weeks?
Well, you know, culture and process are two popular words that people tend to use in this day and age. One, they like process because Saban says it all the time, so it's what we all should do. But, you know, I think culture is thrown around a lot, and it's not like flipping a light switch. I mean, it's when you want to change the outlook and how you operate in a football program, it's an evolution. It's not, okay, we're going to come in and our culture's changed day one. That's not. It's an evolution, and we need to work on that and nurture it every day. And it'll be a multi-year project. I mean, that's just what it is. That doesn't mean we can't win games, but in order to do the things that we aspire to do around here, that evolution will be continuous over the next couple of years.
Spring ball is officially in the books, and I know you're not satisfied. There's more work to be done, but are you pleased with the progress that they've made over these past several weeks?
Yeah, I think we've improved in a lot of areas, and then from my purview, there's some things that have been exposed too. So I don't worry about the things we're doing well. I worry about the things I don't think we can do well. We're gonna have to work around some of that.
Some of those weaknesses, is that something you're going to address in recruiting in the next several months?
Well, recruiting, in terms of recruiting, we're going to recruit mostly high school kids, and so the vast majority of people that are going to make plays for us next fall are on this field today. There won't be a whole lot of contributors that weren't out here today, so we got to make improvements, and then we've got to try to work around some of our limitations.
What is the next several months for the coaching staff look like between now and opening the fall camp?
Our teams starting on Monday will go into a lifting speed training cycle. They'll take a break around finals week, and then they'll be back June.
I think Keenan said May 29th.
May 29th, yeah. And for the summer program, and they'll go right up till the end of July. Then they'll have another week off. As far as the coaches, we've got spring recruiting to do, and I've got some touring and reacquainting with all the old friends around the state to do in May. So that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
No, she's here. Bobby, almost 6,200 fans here today. That had to be heartwarming for you.
I had 6,208.
Okay.
I don't know. I counted them. I didn't do anything today. I stood out there and talked to the guys on TV. So. Even quit blowing my whistle because I was on the air.
You were on the field.
I know, it was pretty cool. I had a little thing in the air and we're talking to you. A little push. Anyway.
Yeah, so I
keep interrupting you.
Nice to see the turnout.
It was cool. It was really good to see folks, and good to see smiles on the faces, and good to see all the young kids out with our team. Just kind of a pretty good day.
There's a lot of talking about back in the old days when you were the coach and go to those championship games. You touch on how do you fall back in this thing and get right? Is it different with every single team, and when you come back just because you're at the same school?
Yeah, every team's different. Even here over the span, the template for winning was pretty rigid, but the scheme and different things like that have to adapt and change every year, just like we did before. But we have certain things we want to hang our hat on. Toughness and discipline being two of those. Work ethic being another one. If we've got those things, then if any one of our teams will exhibit those things along with character, then we'll figure out how to get 11 of them out there and make it happen.
Thanks, Bobby.
All right.
Game
just in Washington-Grizzly with people actually kind of watching. What was the experience of that like for you?
Oh, it was awesome. It was electric. You know, just come from past schools I've been at. You know, there's no really true fan base, and you know, Montana really has that. You got the whole city behind us, whole city, Missoula, fans from far and wide coming to watch us play and see what we've been working on. So it was really electric and really awesome today.
You guys got off to such a good start that first drive. What was going well? Was it scripted? And how are you guys able to execute so well?
No, it wasn't scripted. You know, just getting the guys together and say, hey, it's time to get down to business. And you know what? Offense rallied well. Offense did really well, and you know, I feel it really showed today.
You're confident, getting out of the pocket, getting the ball away quickly. Is that right?
Did, you know, offense just going to get better and better through spring practices. You know, from day one, just trying to get better and better. And today, you know, it really showed for us as an offense.
The last scrimmage, offense kind of came out a little slow, and then you came out, you know, firing on all cylinders today. What was the difference between the two?
I think it was just people being focused, you know, being ready to come out. We started preaching out in the locker room, getting the linemen together, getting the receivers together, getting the whole offense, saying, hey, first play, let's go. Let's march it down and get it done, and we did that.
That first touchdown pass to Keenan, when did you know he was open, and what gave you the confidence to throw it in that tight window?
Just outside linebacker. You know, it was pretty simple, single man read. Coach called a great play on that. Line gave me a great time, and Keenan made it real easy for me to run a real good route. So just a little bit of pitch and catch, and got it in there.
Seems like a really deep wide receiving core in general. What's it been like for you to come into this group?
Oh, it's amazing. You know, best receiving core I've been with, hands down. You know, guys are knowing the routes. You can trust anybody on the field at any time. It's beautiful. If someone goes down for some reason, or if someone needs to play off, we have guys step in and do the job 100% exactly the way he did it. So it's awesome.
Did you guys make the progress you think you needed to make this last 5 or 6 weeks?
I think we have. We made tremendous progress. I mean, from day one, it's really gotten better and better through every practice. And I think that you know, we did really well today. But go back and watch the film. There's gonna be some things to work on. So we'll get all that tuned up in the summer. You know, player ran practices, get timing down, keeping everything down, and hopefully going into August ready to roll.
Coach Hauck's been adamant that this is an open competition at quarterback, but obviously Gresch was kind of the incumbent and he played a lot last year. What's your mentality been coming in here in terms of the give and take between you two?
I'm just grateful for the chance to compete. You know, I want to come in here, do my best, show the coaches, the fans, my teammates what I can do, and leave it to the coaches. You know, at the end of the day, you can only do what you can do in your own power, and I feel like I've been competing my butt off, and that's all I can ask for.
You mentioned those player-run practices. How much do you think that falls on the quarterback just to make sure you're being a leader out there and organizing those things, getting guys out on the field?
It falls on the quarterback a lot. You know, Gresch and I will get the team together, and all the seniors. You know, we have Keenan as wide receiver group. We have, you know, you haven't seen Jeremy a lot. He's been injured, but he's another senior up running back. And we'll get everybody who's going to be our leaders and get the players going. So I feel like once you get the players involved and the players who can run the practices and get your leaders going, there's no better team than a team that can run itself.
Knowing that you're coming in with a competition with another guy, but obviously your teammates as well, and then together a lot, same position and stuff, what's the dynamic like in the relationship between you and Gresch, Ben?
I think it's really great between me and Gresch. You know, he's a fierce competitor. He's awesome in the quarterback room, and couldn't ask for a better guy to compete against.
Hey, Dalton, it made about the offensive line. What did you think about that first group and how they performed for you today?
Oh, the whole offensive line in first group, second group, and every group. Every guy in there has been working their tail off, doing a tremendous job. I think they gave up one or two sacks today, and that's awesome. You know, they're only going to get better. We have no seniors up front, only younger guys, and they've been busting their tail. They've been giving us so much time, so many holes for running backs to run through. So, you know, offensive line's a big part of our offense.
Tanner Wilson had a big play, and I saw you really were happy for him. What's it like with Tanner Wilson in the room, and does he kind of look to you and ask questions?
He does. You know, it's funny because I've been in the exact chair he's been in at my previous school. You know, you don't know really what's going on. You're kind of a younger guy. You don't really understand the everything going on with the defense. So I've been trying to help as much as I can. It's just awesome seeing him, you know, throw touchdown passes, getting guys going, hit a nice deep ball, and I'm just fired up for him.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, guys.
Congrats on being the next number 37. I guess, when did you find out that you were going to be wearing these?
I found out yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's crazy. What was your reaction to that?
Well, I was obviously very surprised, and I just took it as a huge honor.
How did Tucker tell you?
We actually just met up to get some food, and he told me that.
Did you have any idea that he was going to give it to you then, or you're just going out?
I mean, it was kind of in the back of my mind because I knew somebody was going to find out sometime soon. So it was in the back of my mind, but I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, sure. I talked to Tucker, and he said you're typically very stoic, but you were a little emotional. How much does it mean to you to be able to win that number?
It means a lot to me. I mean, like I told Eric earlier, there's been a ton of great guys that have won this number in the past, not just great players on the field, but great guys off the field. So I'm very honored just to be a part of it.
As somebody that grew up coming to these games, do you have any early memories of guys that wore 37 from when you were a kid?
Yeah, I mean, growing up in the Bitterroot Valley is definitely something I heard about all the time, and that was the guy to watch or whatever. So, growing up and watching all those guys, to be able to be a part of it is pretty cool.
Fourth straight defensive lineman to wear the jersey. So, what have you learned from some of these guys that you've played alongside, guys like Kidder and Tucker?
And I guess I've learned, not just a lot of stuff on the field from those guys, but just off the field. How to carry yourself. Just be what the number in this program is all about, which is blue collar, hard working, which is something that those guys showed a lot. So I tried to take that from them. This was the first time they found out, so they were excited for me, and it was an awesome experience.
How would you sum up just this spring? Do you feel like you guys made progress that you needed to make defensively?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, watching film from the first day to this last week of practice and going into the spring game, I felt like we improved leaps and bounds, and we're ready to start summer workouts and everything, and get going again in the fall.
Having Bobby back, what's that like for you as somebody that knew about him for most of your life?
Yeah, I love it. Bobby's a great guy. He brings a lot of intensity and his blue collarness as a coach, which is exactly what we need around here.